This is a really simple thrift flip. I purchased this galvanized bucket at, I believe it was Goodwill. And all I'm going to do is add some transfers to this to kick it up that extra notch. So I have this red truck that I'm going to add on here. Y'all know how to add transfers. I've shown you. And I do believe this is a redesign with Prima transfer. So I'm just going to put this on here. Hopefully I got it on straight. And we're going to rub away.
Gonna rub over the whole transfer. Before I start to pull up a corner. Come on now. Why don't you want to come off? Come on. This is giving me a hard time coming off. Let me get my other tool and see if this works better.
That's what we've got so far. I do have some cotton stems, fresh and local, more cotton stems. This is the transfer that I used. It comes with several sheets, bells and whistles. And it's from the Dixie Bell Company. Okay, now all we're going to do is we are going to seal this in with a spray sealer. And then our project is done. Just going to add this text here. All right, so now that's all left to do is give it a spray with this, and we're all done. You may remember I bought this. It was apparently brand new in the box. However, after I took it out and put a new battery in it, it did not work. So I decided to upcycle this item. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, so I'm just going to take you along with me as I decide, as I go, what I'm going to do with this item. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is open up the back, and there's a bunch of screws here. I am going to undo all these screws and take out this whole panel. All right, so see, it took out the whole thing in one piece. Yay! I love when things work out. This is so pretty. It's such a shame it doesn't work. But I will keep the actual hands and stuff because I may be able to use them in a different clock mechanism. All right, now, I cannot take the glass out of here, so the glass is going to have to stay in there when I paint, which stinks, but, you know, it is what it is. And I don't think this top piece comes out either. So I will have to also paint around this as well. But that's okay. That is okay. So, when all else fails and I'm not sure what I'm going to do, I normally will just paint this a light color. So I'm thinking I'm just going to paint it in the color Chiffon Cream by Rust-Oleum. So this, oh, that's the linen white. My bad. Pardon me. Pardon my arm. Okay, so this is it. It's called Chalked, and it is Chiffon Cream, which is a pretty ivory color. All right, so I decided I'm going to tape off the glass so I have less cleanup. So I'm just going to take my painter's tape. Come on, let's get it right up against the wood. You know, it really stinks when you have terrible lighting and you can't see what you're doing. Okay, and now I will just cut this off with my X-Acto knife. Whoops, I almost punched you guys in the face. I'm sorry. There we go. All right.
Now, let's do this side. Crooked. There we go. All right. And we'll cut these little stragglers off. Okay. Then I just got to do a little piece in the center on each end. Okay, and then another piece over here. All right, so now we've got it all taped off so that we don't get it full of paint.
I'm just pushing down a little bit of tape that went onto the wood there. We are ready to begin painting. All right, so let's start painting. Go along the bottom here. Get all those inner spots. This wood is really soaking up the paint. I'm probably going to have to do about 3 coats. Okay, so this is the first coat. I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to apply my second coat and see how it looks after the second coat. But I do have a feeling, because the wood was dark, that I'm going to have to do 3 coats. So we'll see what happens after the second coat dries. Okay, this is after 2 coats, and you can see some darker areas hopefully you can make them out on camera. So that means you're definitely going to need a third coat. But what I usually do is I will spray my surface with some water, just a spray bottle, a light mist of water, and then put my paint on, and it helps the paint spread easier, and you use less paint that way. So that's what I'll be doing for my third coat of paint on this project. Alright, so we have our third coat on and it looks good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the inside of the window because I have decided I am going to put a scene in here, a spring scene. So I want to make sure my glass is clean before I start gluing anything in here. So this is the panel that goes here, but I decided that I wanted to add something with interest to this part that you will see through the front of the glass. So I decided I picked out this scrapbook paper, and the reason I picked this is because I am going to be using this bird. So the colors in this paper match my bird. And I'm going to be putting a nest with an egg in there. And I'm not sure what else yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this really quickly and get that out of the way. All I'm going to do is I am going to place this as a template onto my scrapbook paper. Trace it out with a pencil and then cut it out. All right, so I traced it on the back so that way I don't have pencil marks on the front of my paper. I just kind of had an idea of whereabouts I wanted it on here. So now I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it just a little bit bigger because I can always sand off the excess. Now, where my hole is, I'm just going to kind of, I'm not going to fold it all the way, but I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to cut a hole like that. And then I could stick my scissors in here and cut the hole out. And of course, I was a little overzealous with my scissors. And I ripped it a little bit, but it should be fine. Now, you can decoupage this on. Sorry, I was way out of frame. but I'm going to use a glue stick. Okay. This is just an Elmer's glue stick. Want to make sure you get your edges really well first, and then make your way to like the center. Going to take my brayer and run over it and make sure that it's adhered really well. So you could see I have overhang, so I'm just going to take my little sander. I'll link in the description box this little sander. I got it on Amazon. And I'm just going to, in a downward motion, just going to sand off the extra paper.
Stuck to my fingers! Oh, for goodness sakes.
All right, so you can see there's a couple levels here. We have here, and then it steps up to here. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut a piece of floral foam to bring it level to the second step up here. Okay. All right, so I've cut a couple pieces, and I'm just, you see now that they're level with that other step. So now I'm just going to hot glue these into place. Ah! I need another glue stick. All right, so we will let those dry for a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry fit just to see, because I have to put the back on as well, so I got to make sure I have enough room for the back to fit on here. So I got to watch like his tail. I might have to put him this way. Nope, I wanted him this way. I want him this way. And I have this nest. I got to glue this egg in the nest as well. So this was a larger nest, and all I did was unwire it and just cut it up and make it smaller. But I'm still not sure if it's going to fit in here. So I'm kind of I want it to be facing this way so you can see it. I don't know. I might have to... See, because it's sticking out. It's sticking out, and the back door is not going to fit on. So I'm going to have to make it smaller, even a little bit smaller, I think. Or maybe I can just glue it tighter together. I don't feel like looking for my wire. Hopefully I don't burn my fingers off. See, I'm just squeezing it together with the glue on there. Hopefully that helps. But I might have to wire it. Let me grab a piece of wire here. So I'm just going to go from in here down through, where is it? Hi, Binksy. What's up, dude? What's up? I'm just going to tuck the wire in there. All right. Now let's see if it'll fit. I think it's going to fit. Yay! All right. So before I put these in, I'm going to glue some Spanish moss in the front here because once I glue these in, I'm not going to be able to get at it. Hi, Binksy. Hello. Actually, I think I'm going to use a different moss. Okay, we're going to use this one instead. God bless you. There, see, we got it in there. Okay. Now we can start gluing our pieces in here. I bought this baby's breath. I can't remember if I got it from Temu or Amazon, but this is real baby's breath. It's actually moist. You could feel it. And I'm going to add some sprigs of this. I started already here. I just wanted to add a few sprigs to dress it up a little bit. Now put some wax on here to seal in my chalk paint. I'm gonna use Waverly Clear Wax. All right, I am going to turn this into a planter. I am going to take these balls, they're flat on the bottom, and I'm going to glue these to the bottom. I'm going to be using triple thick glue, and I'm also going to use a little bit of hot glue as well for an instant hold. I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to spray it with this so that I could use some milk paint on this. All right, now that this is dry, I am going to paint it with my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. I'm going to paint the inside because you're going to want to put a liner in here anyway, so that way the paint won't affect the flowers. Okay, so I put one coat of paint on the inside of this planter box. On the outside, I put 2 coats of my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. For my 3rd coat, I used Fusion mineral paints. And the reason I used this is because it has a primer, a sealer, and it's paint, primer, and sealer all in one. So it's a much more expensive paint. So that's why I only use it for my final coat rather than doing 3 coats of this. This way, I don't have to seal this because it already has the sealer in it. So I love these Fusion mineral paints. They're fantastic. So now that I have all of my coats of paint on this planter, I think I'm going to do, well, I'm going to put some rub-on transfers. These are called Hydrangea Bliss. I will leave a link for these in the description box. I used some of them in a different project, and I do have some left here, so I'm going to use these on this project. I absolutely love this, but it's way too big to fit on the side of my planter. So the good thing about transfers is you can cut them. So I'm going to cut this to fit on the side of my planter. Okay, so now we're going to just seal in our transfers with our clear wax. Going to distress a little bit of the sides.